drawingtutorialsonline.com with a really cool critique video. Have you ever asked yourself the question, why are my portrait drawings flat? Why do they look two-dimensional? Well, in this video critique, I want to share with you at least 4 drawing techniques that will help you to get your portrait drawings to look more three-dimensional. Let's get into it. So you've got a really cool drawing. I like your style. It's very sleek. It looks really good. To use your words, it looks flat. Now, there's so much for me to talk about here, so I'm going to touch on a few things. I can't obviously touch on everything in a short critique, but I'm going to touch on a few things. When you draw a character like this against just white blank paper, you're not rendering into an atmosphere, and therefore the drawing's going to have the tendency to look a little flat. So you make a decision and you say, okay, you know what I'm going to decide? I'm going to decide that I'm going to put a little bit of a tone into the background, and I'm going to imagine that that tone is behind her, and it's going to look something like that. Now, obviously, you're going to make it a little lighter, a little bit less jaggedy on the edge, but you're going to put a tone in nonetheless. So now there's a foreground and a background. So that's going to give you the opportunity to lose edges into the background tone. You can also do a top to bottom gradation where, and obviously, like, it would just take me forever to blend softly away. But yeah, you just do a gradation, and then you have the opportunity to blend her hair into the gradation, and then down at the bottom that could be a little bit lighter. So that gives you a background, and you blend into a background and things become less flat. Now, let's talk about something completely different. So when I look at this cute little girl's face on your particular drawing, there's a light side and the light side, a light side and a light side. So the reason why, to use your words, once again, your drawing looks flat is because all of the rendering on her face is the same value. So if we try to think of a value scale, and 10 is pure white, 0 is black, and 5 is a middle tone, I would say that that's going to be a 10 value, maybe pure white, 10, maybe 10 over there. But now this could be a 9, 8.5, and this could be a 7. So there, in essence, what I'm just trying to tell you is that there's a gradation. And so this side of the face is gradating, and this side of the face is gradating as well. And it's going from a light middle tone, and this is the light side. So there's a gradation, but you have the light here and you have the light here, so there's no gradation whatsoever. So do you see what I'm talking about? Now, you're much more linear in your approach with the face, meaning this eyebrow into her nose just feels like an outline. That nostril feels like a dot, and that feels like an outline. So let's just talk about it's two things at one time. It's form and it's surface planes all at once. It's light and shade and it's surface planes. So if we look at this little girl's nose, that's a shadow shape that I'm kind of outlining along with a cast shadow, but at the same time, it's also lots of form. We have the line that separates light from the dark, but then I also see, I wish I was neater on that, a little bit of the side plane of the nose. Over here, this is a tilted top plane of her forehead, but then from her eyebrow down, that's a shadow shape because it's what? Tilting under. It's an underplane. This right here is more of a round shape, and over here it's starting to turn under. This is a front plane and it's shadow shape. So you're very outline based. And so what you want to do moving forward is you definitely want to watch this lesson. Go to the Begin Here Step-by-Step course. Come over here to Understand and Form. And you really have to watch this lesson. And you have to try to do a drawing like this, where you're going to draw something that's a little bit more blocky. Because, yeah, this girl, she's very cute, but there are aspects of her head that are blocky as well. She's much more round than blocky, so she's a little bit more difficult. Like, here's a whole shape of shadow. It's not an outline, it's a shadow shape. And then there's the turning plane. Okay, see how you have absolutely no turning plane over here? What you have is an outline next to white paper, and that tends to make it look flat, because what you're not doing is you're not turning her head around. Now, I know that I'm giving you like a mouthful here, okay? But this is just important stuff. You have to have a gradation. You have to have a gradation. Now, the reason why her neck feels a little funky is because this is a crisp, hard, outlined edge. So it feels as though her head is sitting on her neck. But what's happening here is that there is a gradation and her face is turning under into her neck. I mean, you have a lot of good things. I love the way that you drew the hair. You have subtle touches with the eyebrows. Like, you're doing a lot of great things. You have really good attention to detail. Once you make the decision to have a conscious effort to study form, surface planes and all that, and then study modeling. So everything that you need to practice is in this lesson, Understand and Form. And it's a long one, and there's a lot of video. There's the lessons and there's a topic. You can download the PDF and all that jazz. But you also need to understand how to model it. So you click on Model and Form here. And there's a lot of video here as well, but this is what you really need to, you need to go through these exercises, okay? They take a long time to do, but good things happen in, sometimes what I'm basically trying to say to you is that sometimes good things need time. And you need to take the time to watch these two lessons, because you owe it to yourself, because your drawing is so good. And if you had a little bit more form, it'd be even better. All right. If you have any questions about what I said, please post them in the comments section on the critique page. All right. Awesome. I'll see you in the next critique video. All right, thank you so much for watching that video. I really appreciate you taking the time to go through those techniques. I hope that you learned something from it. If you're looking to get a critique just like that one, you can consider joining our membership site. This is our critique gallery, and members can upload one image a week for a video critique, and then we post up their video critique over at our member-only blog, and they can just kind of click on the video critique, download their video, and they can learn through a whole entire process of watching the video tutorials and then actually doing the work and then getting feedback on the work. It's a really good cycle for learning. So thank you so much for watching this, and look for another sketchbook video. Look for another sketchbook video to pop up this upcoming weekend. Talk to you soon.